Hi, I'm Wanda with Jimmy Branch Homestead, and today I'm out on the homestead getting ready to clear an area for a new rabbit home. So this is the area that I want to clear. I want it to be in the edge of the woods. It'll get the morning sun, but when the leaves are on, it'll get shaded pretty quick in the day. Rabbits can't take the heat. They're better able to take the cold than the heat. But I want to build it. I started cleaning here a few days ago. I still have some little trees here and there that need to come out, and these. But I need to cut a lot of the brush out and briars, because come spring, those things will go like wildfire again. And I don't want briars all on or around my rabbit tree. So this was trees that were cut, I think 3 years ago now. 3, maybe 4, maybe 5. And they just actually pushed them into the edge of the woods. Of course, that can house a lot of rats and different vermin that I do not want. So slowly I want to work on taking out a lot of that as well, and burning it. I've started a pile here. It is too close to the woods, so I will need to move it back so that I can work on burning. It is very calm today, so it would be a good burn day. And so I'm hoping to be able to burn as I'm clearing. Okay, I got the spot pretty well cleared out, so I can see just how uneven it is now. Burning leaves, I'm burning brush. I have some more to take out over here. But the rabbit tree is going to come left to right. And it needs to be big enough for the 5 rabbit cages, which the birthing cages are extra big, and room to kind of get around them for watering systems and different things like that. Also, I want it to be deep enough to be able to put a barrel or a trash can for their feed in there. And, and extra supplies and stuff. So, been at it several hours today. Lots of vines. There was tons and tons of these green stickers. I don't know what you call them. These viney things that grew up in the trees. And in some cases were up there a good 30 feet. So, pulled a lot of that stuff out. All takes time. There was some dead stuff around here that I wanted up, and I got those out. I need to get just a few more of these little trees out that I don't want them to grow up, and some of this junk over here. Just to be able to get around the whole thing and keep the vines and junk off of it. It will have to be built up off the ground because we're on the slope here, so all the water's going to come down this way. So I need it to run underneath them and away from them when it rains really hard. So that's it for today. I'll be back when weather permitting. Not the end of this video, just the end of this day that I'm working on. Very short video today because I was just busy trying to get the work done. Just cleaning out brush and leaves. Okay, so a couple of days have gone by. Actually, probably 3 or 4. We had quite a bit of rain, several inches. It had gotten cold and then it got warmer and it rained. Today it's beautiful. It's supposed to be 70 degrees. So I just wanted to kind of start pulling some building materials that I had around the farm to kind of see what I can use. These are treated 4x4s. They were kind of warped. This one's pretty straight, but others were pretty warped. And so we can't really use them for building a lot of things. But I thought I would cut them off in sections and use them for legs to level up the shed as I'm building it. So I'm going to go ahead and go get pallets now. Okay, so this is all of the pallets that I have. Before I can go any further, I just kind of laid them out to see what I have. And I have enough to go 1 layer, the back, and at least 1 on the sides. So other than that, I'm going to have to get me some more pallets because I want it tall enough for me to walk into, and I don't want the rabbit cages too low to the ground. So before I can move on, I just had to get the pallets out here to see what I have. I've got some pressure treated lumber. I'm going to have to cut this in sections, but I don't want to cut too much at a time because to level it up, the supports will be much shorter at this end and get longer as it goes that way, because you can see that the ground goes downhill. So I need to go get the level and kind of see where I am. Okay, so I have the corner temporarily put up here. Obviously it's not level, so I need to go get the level and get it leveled out before I go on. And I'll need to cut some bracing of whatever I'm putting stuff together. And I may end up, I think I'm going to get me some 2x4s too before I use all of this. Just kind of get it up off the ground and get it level. So this is how many pallets I have. Enough to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 wide, and 6 wide it looks like, and 1 on each end. So that's a long ways from enough pallets. So I'll need to get me some more, and then I'll use some 2x4s to frame the roof at a slant. But I want the whole thing to be tall enough for me to walk in, so I'm not bending over to get in the rabbits. They're not too low to be as cold to the ground. And I need room to get their droppings cleaned up and everything underneath. Excuse Eddie for barking. He thinks he has to bark at everything. Don't you? Okay, so this is how far I got today. So basically I got all the pallets up on the back. I had this one, and this one up, and they were all level. And then that board sunk in the ground, and I had to take them all apart again because then I had a couple more on it. So I started putting rocks underneath the board, so because this ground is pretty soft because it rains so much. And it's going to settle anyway. but that'll kind of help it a little bit. So so I want it taller than this, so the back end of the roof may sit on here. I haven't decided yet, or I may have to frame it up another 6 inches or so. I really want it so when I come in here to work on the rabbits that I'm not hitting my head. I'm short. I'm only 5 foot, 5'2", somewhere in there, 5 foot now because I shrunk. So these are all level at the top this way. It needs reinforced on the back side because the boards that I have to level it up are all on the front side. So I'll need to add some like that on the back side too. This pallet down here is screwed into it temporarily, just in case it gets windy, it doesn't knock my wall over. I will be coming back out, not tonight obviously, when I can, and then we will move this one up. But again, I need it level with that. So this is the downhill side. It's going to be the highest corner off the ground here, and it is. And I knew that would be the case because our ground is so unlevel. And then I will have looks like I have enough to do 2 pallets on the ends, which is what I was hoping, to be able to have it that deep. I needed at least 1.5 pallets deep because there's going to be rabbit cages all along, and I really wanted it deeper so when I enclose around the corner a little bit that I can put the feed and stuff like that in here. Extra supplies, that kind of stuff. And it will be undercover. And I just thought I'd bring you along today for a quick repair on my hoop coop. So this end strap here had broken and blown off. So I have already fastened it on the other side and thrown it over. So I just need to straighten it out here and screw it down. But I didn't have any here where there should have been one, or here where there should have been one. So I have already replaced the strap here, or added it. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish screwing down this one. And then I will need to add one here. Just to kind of help ensure that they don't break. The more you have, the less stress there is on each strap, so the less likely they will break. But when I replaced this tarp early last fall, I just honestly put 3 straps on it, and it should have had more than that. So we're going to fix that today. So some of these still have the grommets, some of them were pulled out. One of the things that I like to do when I put my screws in to help keep them from popping through is put a washer on them. So I only have this small washer, so that's what I'm using at the moment. I do have some bigger washers, but these longer screws will not fit through them. And for the end, it doesn't completely go to the board, so I want to make sure that I have it long enough here. Okay, so I just take my heavy-duty scissors and I'm going to cut it about 6-8 inches longer than what I need, or actually longer than what the screw-in point is going to be. And then I'm just going to fold it up in about 1-inch sections until it reaches where I'm going to put it. And that looks just about right. Then I need to take the screw and poke it in with that, otherwise Just kind of work it back and forth to get it through there. Because if I just try and screw it, it will just kind of shred the webbing. So I need to get it poked through there first. Okay. That looks pretty tight, feels to be pretty tight. Okay, so I have one more that I'm going to put in between these two. So I just go on the back side, do the same thing I just did to this end, and then I throw it over. So that's what we're going to do. That way I'm Yes, I have lumber here in my way that is for another project I need to get done. I just didn't get to it last summer. All right. Okay. There we go, quick repair. So adding those 3 straps while replacing the one and adding 2 more should really help to not have as much stress on the one strap. So if you're enjoying this type of video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and share our videos on your social media. It's the best way you can help our channel to grow. Thank you so much for watching Jimmy Branch Homestead.